everyone, I'm your host Pensyfan19 and welcome to the April 2024 Pensyfan Periodical. This is a monthly news series which covers most of the major railroading headlines from around the world, as well as my opinions on them. We have a lot of articles to go over today, so with that in mind, let's get rolling. Up first, we have a rather rare occurrence in recent passenger rail history, as SEPTA has officially cancelled their contract with CRRC for multi-level passenger and cab cars after several years of delays, with no official replacement listed as of yet. Coincidentally, this news was released just a few days after Bulgaria Railways also cancelled their order for CRRC cars in favor of Stadler, likely due to similar complaints of quality control and production delays. The order for these multi-levels was initially placed in the mid-2010s, when several other transit agencies placed orders with CRRC, with almost all of them experiencing drastic mechanical issues, most notably including Boston's Orange Line cars. And SEPTA is likely fed up with constant delays and poor performance reports of CRRC products from other transit agencies. This marks the first time in several years that a rolling stock order was cancelled in the US, but unlike previous cancelled orders, a handful of multi-levels were already constructed for SEPTA, and as luck would have it, one of these cars was spotted in Kansas being shipped to Philly just 2 days after the cancellation was announced. Therefore, this topic is still an ongoing story as of the time of writing this, as no one is sure as to what will become of these already constructed SEPTA multi-levels, however many of them may exist, as it's unknown if SEPTA will still accept them or if they'll be sold to another railroad or scrapped. Other than being surprised that a transit agency in this day and age would cancel an order for new rail cars, I honestly don't have too strong of an opinion on the CRRC multi-levels, as I don't feel the existing single-level coaches that they would have replaced are in need of replacement for a while, as they don't see as much wear and tear when compared to other transit agencies since they're only used during rush hour. Although, if SEPTA is still interested in replacing the single-level coaches, then I predict that they'll likely purchase Bombardier now Alstom multi-levels almost identical to the ones currently in use by NJT, since the CRRC multi-levels are heavily inspired by the much more successful Bombardier multi-levels to begin with, along with the possibility of Hyundai Rota multi-levels similar to the ones utilized on MBTA, although I feel the former of the two seems more likely for compatibility reasons. But overall, seeing the various performance issues with multiple classes of CRRC rolling stock in the US, in addition to the already delayed progress with their own CRRC cars, SEPTA likely made a wide decision by cancelling their contract with CRRC in order to avoid several further delays and maintenance issues that would have plagued these cars. Speaking of which, here's some interesting news. Salerno has cancelled their order for hydrogen-powered multiple units in favor of battery-powered MUs. Senegal painted one of their EMUs to commemorate their independence. Some Italian stations are to have healthcare facilities established in them. Alstom is testing the use of airbags on trams. A runaway horse was spotted on a Transport for NSW platform in Sydney, Australia, while a public info display was hacked to play Shrek on the Adelaide Metro in the same country. Florida is to mandate a kindergarten course on communism. The state of Illinois wants to merge Metra, CTA, and PACE into a single agency. Chicago Union Station is to install a Make It Rain machine that spontaneously releases $1,000 throughout the day. Brookville is to refurbish the mobile lounge shuttles for Dulles National Airport. The Abilene and Smoky Valley has been named the official Kansas Heritage Railroad, and SEPTA repainted Silverliner 4 number 280 into its original Reading livery, thus being the first Heritage unit on SEPTA Regional Rail, and a rare instance of a multiple unit receiving a Heritage livery. Now here's the follow-up news sections for articles covering stories from previous episodes. Intramotive has begun testing their autonomous coal hopper on the Cumberland Mine Railroad, with the Camus Americas Mine in Michigan expressing interest in purchasing these cars. Tanzania has commenced service of their new standard gauge railway with imported electric engines. Alstom has delivered their Courageous Streams to Renfe, while they also revealed the final all-white livery for the TGVM. UP has released the first of their battery-powered locomotives as they converted an SD40 to run on batteries, while Progress Rail has released their first SD70H diesel battery hybrid for testing on CN. CSX has released their first hydrogen-powered locomotive as they converted a GP38 and implemented a brand new livery, while the same railroad also released their Pierre Marquette and Western Maryland Heritage units, with the latter initially having the Western Maryland Scenic logo instead of the original WM logo. And CPKC has begun their Golden Spike Tour of 2816 in celebration of the 1-year anniversary of North America's newest Class 1. In other news, Union Pacific announced their schedule for Big Boy's westbound tour in June. The Wisconsin Great Northern has acquired Duluth and Northeastern number 27. Amtrak 231 has been repainted into its Operation Lifesaver livery, while Western Pacific GP35 number 3002 has been restored. BART has retired the last of their iconic A-Series cars. CN has acquired next-gen ore jennies with DMIR lettering. The Hobo Railroad has been renamed to the Granite State Scenic Railroad. A British rail Class 9F is to be restored to run on oil, thus being one of the first oil conversions in the UK. PKP has repainted one of their ES64s in honor of the Olympics. WAG's C-Series EMUs have entered service. Tanzania has received the first of their new Hyundai Rotem EMUs. Ural is to construct HSTs for Russian railways for service between Moscow and St. Petersburg. Trenitalia is to order dual-mode Stadler Euro lights. Murbeck is to build the first hydrogen-powered inspection rail car. French open-access operator Railcoup is to be liquidated. The Sydney Metro was the featured Wikipedia article of April 12th. Uruguay has opened their central railway between Montevideo and a nearby pulp plant. There's a new passenger rail study that proposes connecting Calgary to Livingston, Montana, while Alberta is looking to introduce passenger service to many new towns across the province. TikTok is to be banned in the US in 9 months. The STB approved the construction of a new short line that will run along the former Western Pacific Warner Branch. The Tulsa Port of Inola Railroad has commenced service, while the Vermont Railroad acquired the New Hampshire Central. Passes to refurbish Grove Street, Hoboken, Exchange Place, and Newport stations as part of their modernization plan. Robert Free has been officially named the newest president of the Long Island Railroad. And the FRA passed legislation that mandates two-man crews in order to ensure safer operations of freight trains. Also, happy 90th anniversary to DSP's S-Bahn, and happy 190th anniversary to the Long Island Railroad, also known as My Home Railroad, as the commuter agency placed several stickers on the sides of their M7 and M9 rail cars. After all that, it is now time for this month's Meme of the Month. This month's Meme of the Month is... Oh my gosh, Heritage Unit. And now, the top story of the April 2024 Pensyfan Periodical is... Brightline West holds groundbreaking ceremony. You all saw this one coming. How could a massive Brightline fan such as myself not cover the groundbreaking of Brightline's dedicated high-speed service as the top story of the 4-year anniversary special of the Pensyfan Periodical? To be fair, I was considering covering it as a follow-up story since I did cover several stories related to Brightline West in the past, but this official ceremony was such a massive event that was covered by everyone around the world that I just had to place it at the top. After years of planning and slowly developing more details for this dedicated high-speed rail project, Brightline West has finally started construction of this project that will connect Las Vegas to almost Los Angeles, namely Rancho Cucamonga, with plans to extend to LA in later phases. The entire route will use overhead wires due to no grade crossings or clearance issues, as a full trip is expected to take just around 2 hours at 200 miles per hour, with one train every 45 minutes, as it's projected to start service in 2028 before the Los Angeles Olympics, and 3 years ahead of California's existing and more turbulent high-speed rail project between Merced and Bakersfield that started construction in 2015. Although there are 2 official renderings regarding the train sets to be utilized for this service, namely the Siemens Velaro Novo and the Alstom Avelia Liberty, it's hoped that the Velaro Novo will be chosen for this service due to better reliability, and based on a now redacted article on Siemens' official website claiming that Brightline West selected the Velaro Novo. Unlike previous passenger rail proposals, Brightline West will be utilizing a highway median for the majority of the route, namely I-15, so this way they're utilizing existing land that already connects existing cities with the help of private and federal funding since it's on highway property. Obviously, I'm very excited to see this project progress forward and to open before California High-Speed Rail, but as much as I love Brightline, I have to give recognition to Express West, which is the original company that proposed the entire concept in 2005, as they were ultimately bought by Brightline in 2018, as they kept the idea alive. Overall, if you want high-speed rail in America, Brightline West is the model to follow. Dedicated right-of-ways and highway medians, since the land already exists and already connects major cities. This is a much more effective use of highways than adding another lane in meager attempts to fix traffic. If you use the space for an extra lane to build a railway median, then that's encouraging more people to take the train and therefore reduce congestion on roads. With all that said, I wish Brightline West the best of luck and that their success spurs the creation of several other intercity and high-speed rail proposals all across the United States. Thank you everyone for watching this month's episode of the Pensyfan Periodical. There have been a lot of rail news headlines for the month, and it will be very interesting to see what the future has in store for all of these articles. Thank you again for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Have a good day.